Ahrayah is his son, who the world called Jesus Christ.
Right.
How you doing, man? Hey, y'all brothers, man. Alright? Yeah, man. How you been, Kane? How you been, Kane? Same old same? Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. I know.
You got the same 15 cents.
Got the same. It's insanity, bro. Looking for a different outcome and it's never gonna happen, man.
What's up, man? What's your nationality, man? What's your nationality? Salvadorian?
Salvador, yup. From the tribe of
Hey, you got 2 seconds real quick? Just 2 seconds, real quick.
Yeah.
Quick 2 seconds. We gotta show you some real quick information. I know you giving out information. We want to give you some too.
That's right. Yeah.
They give information
okay.
with the tablets and stuff.
Right.
Free tablets and stuff, you know.
Okay. My brother edify you. And first give him all honor and praise y'all about sharing my shit like that. Hey, how you doing, bro? How you doing, bro? So when you look up in history and everything, right? Like before, because I know you probably don't know, but your people, and I say your people because we're really all the same people, right? But they divided and conquered us, so now they split. Salvadorians, you're not Mexican. Salvadorians, you're not Cubano. Salvadorians, you're not, you know what I'm saying, Jamaican. You're not none of those other names, right? But actually, did you know that you guys actually went into captivity the other way? To Spain, to Portugal? That's the reason why you speak Spanish, right? Because you would be more either Azteca or you'd be the Mayans, right? It's either one or the other because actually they kind of ruled all of that between the Mayans and the Aztecas. They kind of ran all that region, right? So, but within that, you lost your actual nationality, your heritage. So through the scriptures, right, we did a lot of historical background, looked up that and compared it and saw where it interacts with the Bible and actually saw the prophecy and know that this chart, not saying every single person from these places are these people, but a big portion of them are due to the fact of the curses that God has in Deuteronomy 28:68, right? Deuteronomy 28:15 through 68. What's your nationality according to your father? Black, right? So-called black, right? So, according to, the historical data, right? Your father, you'll be probably from the tribe of Judah, right? And the thing of it is you can look all this information up on the Google bar. The so-called Hispanics and the Native Americans actually went into captivity going towards the other way, to Spain, to Portugal, to Europe, and all these places, to Britain, right? So, do you mind if I give you a couple scriptures just to kind of show you a little bit? Give me the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4 real quick. Right, because the scriptures literally said that these things were going to happen. But why did it say it was going to happen though? Right, why? And it lets you know because all of your people, and I say your people because we're all the same people, but because of what we've been indoctrinated, right? That's why they're all running to this place, right? Which is called Babylon, right? Babylon the wicked is what I call it, right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4, and it reads, "And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee."
Right, so before you started speaking Spanish, what was your national language? What was it? English? No, I'm talking about, but in that area, because you said that you're from Guatemala. Salvador. Okay. So, but in that Middle America, right, what was the original language? Because they saw the stones. They actually saw stones down there where there's actually Hebrew. So that lets us know that at some point the ancestors came over from in Israel. Right, so watch this.
"And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies."
So now God said that whoever these Israelites are, whenever they get to where they are after they lost their identity, they're going to serve their enemies, because why?
"In the land which thou knowest not, For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
Which shall burn forever. Not a literal forever, but until you start seeking God and coming back to your nationality. Right? Watch this real quick. Watch, we're going to go into just a little bit. Give me Deuteronomy 101. 32, and start at verse 17. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 17. Deuteronomy. When did Deuteronomy say? Yeah, it was Deuteronomy 32. No, you are right. Wait, let me see. Yes, there's Deuteronomy 32. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 17. They sacrificed it to devils. Right? So, I don't know if you know, but like all the religions, literally, they're all man-made. Because this Bible isn't a religious book. It's actually a book of heritage and prophecies. Right? A book of laws and the things that of one nation of people. Like they made this all-inclusive, but it's really exclusive. Just one nation of people that this Bible is talking about. So whenever you do any of these religions, you're actually sacrificing to devils. Why? Because religions literally don't keep nothing in the Bible. Right? They keep Passover. They keep Easter. We keep Passover. You get what I'm saying? That's the opposite. But both of them are still talking about when Christ actually was raised from the dead. But one of them is going to Ishtar, talking about Ishtar, was it Semiramis and Tammuz? They're celebrating that to where actual Passover, we're celebrating the Most High bringing the Son back from birth, from death, back up to sit on the right hand. So now watch this when he say, when you're doing all this, Easter hams and all these things, you're sacrificing to idols. Watch this.
They sacrifice it to devils, not to God. To gods whom they knew not.
God who they knew not, go ahead.
To new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not.
Right, and that even goes like into Islam, like the rock. They actually worship the rock. All that's in the Bible. Literally, all of that stuff is in the Bible because God knew it's nothing new under the sun. They've been doing it, except they bring stuff up new and they rename it, but it's the same thing. Watch this.
Of the rock that begat thee, thou art unmindful and hast begotten God that formed thee. And when the Lord saw it, he abhorred them because of provoking of his sons and of his daughters. And he said, I would hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be. For they are very forward generation, children in whom is no faith. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
And he said those that are not people, because then he knew that we were going to forget our name. We're going to forget who we were. We're going to forget that we're the Israelites, right? Give me the book of Psalms chapter 83 and verse 4. Watch. Because Psalms, he said it, he had King David tell us that in Psalms. He said, look, it's going to be a nation of people that's going to come and take you and put you in a position that you're going to forget your whole nationality. Now you're going to be called bywords, proverbs, have wise sayings about your people. Why? Because we left God and sacrificed to idols. Watch this.
Book of Psalms, chapter 83. You want to start at 4? Or this book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 4. And it reads, they have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
I just like to jump right to that, because literally when you say that, who's over in Israel right now? He says so that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. But who's in Israel right now? Over there where the war is going at. They're Jewish, right? Give me the book of Revelations 2 and 9. Let's find out if they're the real Jews. Give me Revelation 3 and 9. We're going to find out. Are they the real Jews? They're not the real Jews.
I heard about this, the oldest Bible was found in somewhere in Africa. I don't know where.
Yeah, I think what was the Codex? Yeah, Ethiopia. Yeah, it's our record. But did you know that the Israelites actually in 70 AD they fled from General Pompey, which was a Roman general, down into the western coast of Africa, and that's where you get the slave ship, the Atlantic slave trade. But do you know that there's a sub-Saharan and a Silk Road slave trade as well? I just found out today that there was another slave trade, the Indian Ocean slave trade. There's been a lot of slave trades that actually they don't tell you about. But watch this.
Did I have you have it?
Yeah.
Oh, come. I'm sorry. I got 3 now.
Oh yeah, 2 and 9.
Revelation 2 and 1.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 9. And it reads, Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan. Right? So when you go to the synagogue, that's the chief house. You know, watch over and bring this one on first though. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty. And we know that the Jewish, they're not impoverished.
Nope.
They own entertainment,
Yep.
they own rap, they own basketball, they own all of that. Hollywood.
Yep.
So you know that this isn't talking about them. He said, I know you're in poverty. And what? But thou art rich. We are rich in spirit. Because if you ever notice our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're loving people.
That's right.
Our spirit is so loving and warm, and where people around us, they just instantly gravitate to us.
Yep.
That's why y'all easily can come on here and sell.
Right.
Because people instantly just come in, oh man, y'all so warm, y'all, I feel y'all spirit. Well, that's, God put that spirit in us to have it. He said, he said, but you're rich in spirit and what? And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews
The lies of them that say they are Jews, but what?
and are not,
And are not what?
but are the synagogue of Satan. And the synagogue is the chief house of Satan.
Right.
Now watch this. Book of Revelation chapter 3 verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan. Same people, right? The ones that are the synagogue of Satan, what? Which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Because remember in the scriptures when he said the first shall be the last, Christ said that, and the last shall be first. Well, literally he's talking about because God had put us on a lower estate. But in the last days, when he brings us back to our natural estate and put us above everybody, we're going to run the earth. We're going to be the ones that's going to be like, basically, this is the people that run the earth. This is their heaven.
Right.
Because heaven just means rulership.
Right.
Heaven isn't like a fancy cloudy place with angels that play harps and got them, special wings and halos. Like, that's not heaven. According to the scripture, it's just rulership. It's going to be when rulership, the power of the rulership actually exchanges from one hand to the next.
Right.
And that's what heaven is. Watch, give me the book of Revelation chapter 21 and verse 1. Watch, I'll show you. Because right now, there's a certain nation that's in rulership, but the Most High is going to put our nation back in rulership, but there is something that we have to do. First, we have to come back to our nationality. Right? And give me Deuteronomy 1:1. Revelation 21. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven. Because they say we're going to go up to heaven. But he literally said it's going to come down from heaven. So nobody ain't going to the third heaven. So he's literally going to come down. So it's going to be rulership. Watch. Coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men. And go ahead and skip it on to verse 12. Verse 12. It had a wall great and high. So the kingdom of heaven is going to have a wall great and high. Go ahead. And had 12 gates. How many gates? 12 gates. And they always say one gate. So if there's 12 gates, if you had a ticket that said Chicago on it, what if you went to the door, the gate that said Detroit? Are you going to be able to get on that plane? No, not at all. So let's see who these 12 gates are for. You already know.
Do y'all know how many gates it was?
Yeah.
How many gates did y'all learn it was first?
Well, my grandma, she studies the Bible. She's not Jewish. She studies the Bible in that language. So
Wow. See?
like Jesus' name in Hebrew is like ask or something. Like it's nothing.
Yeah, it's called Yahawashah. Yahawashah. Because if the letter J this year is 501 years old, so if the letter J is 501 years old, how can a man that lived over 2,000 years ago name be Jesus and the letter wasn't even invented? So that just lets you know just the blasphemy of the things that have been said. So his name is Yahawashah, he who saves, and God's name is Yahweh, the YHWH, Yahweh, and that's he who exists, right? Because there is no beginning and no end. All right, and that 12 gates, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
So what other nations are going to get in the kingdom? No, the other nations are actually going to be servants in the kingdom. Right? Because literally every nation has had us in captivity. Every nation has had us in captivity. And so, isn't it a righteous thing? Whatever a man sows, he's going to reap. That's Galatians 6 and 7. Whatever a man sows, he's going to reap. So I mean, if you were a killer, chances are the Most High is going to end up having your end death. Think about how many people that go murder people alive, and then in the end they usually end up getting killed, because that's just whatever you sow, you reap. Even if you don't get killed, if you get locked up for 25 years, guess what just happened? You're dead, because you're not going to even get out. And if you do, your natural life is kind of over with. So that's the things that when he said whatever you sow, you're going to reap. Right, go ahead with your precept.
This is the book of, and this is the going on the condition on heaven and hell. So this is the book of Jonah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Then Jonah prayed unto the Lord his God out of the fish belly, and said, I cry by reason of my affliction. Of my affliction.
Right, so he's going through hell. Like, we got other books that even says that, like, there's actual priests from over there in Spain that said that hell was literally the condition that when they were coming over, the Catholic Romans were coming over and were invading Mexico and the other half of America that was owned by Mexico. They literally were crucifying them in the name of Jesus. That was hell. And then when you go and look up more history, it was over 500 Jews per day was getting killed in Rome if they didn't convert over to the Catholic Roman religion. You can look that up right in your Google box. Like all these things, I would love for y'all to look this up later on. Right, go ahead, King.
My affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me out of the belly of hell.
Out of the belly of what?
Out of the belly of hell.
Where was Jonah swallowed by? A whale, right, or a big fish. So there's no way he was in the belly of hell. Right, go ahead.
Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice.
Thou heardest my voice, right? So, and then that's when God ended up making the fish pick him up. But the funny part about it, he took him up right where he wanted him to go teach. Right in Nineveh when he said, hey, I want you to prophesy against this wicked place. Right? So we're going to go into a few prophecies, and hopefully when y'all leave, y'all know that y'all be Israelites if y'all spirit the window.
I want to show the brother because Ephraim, you look at Ephraim, just like the Jews, Ephraim is the head of all the northern kingdom. So everybody under Ephraim, you'll be called Ephraim. Like the Jews will be Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. The southern kingdom. There was a split in King David. First Kings, where it was the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. So you'll be part of the northern kingdom. And it's prophesied how you guys got here to America, right? And I'm going to read that before the brother go into some prophecy for you. This is Hosea chapter 7 on the top. When I would have healed Israel, then the iniquities of Ephraim was discovered, and the wickedness of Samaria, for they committed falsehood, and the thief come in, and the truth of robbers spoiled without. Verse 8, Ephraim have mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned.
Is a what?
Is a cake not turned.
That's the reason why a lot of people can't believe that when you go to the northern kingdom, that a lot of them are lighter skinned and be like, well, you know, they're not dark like everybody else. But it's like when a lot of nations conquer you, what do they normally do with the women? They rape them and pillage them, right? So now you have a lot of people that actually are lighter skinned. But the seed of the nationality of a person comes from their father. Right? Even though, you know, a lot of Americans say, well, the mother are mixed. Well, according to the scriptures, Numbers 1 and 18, it comes from the father. Right? So anytime you get a person, it's whatever.
Lighter skin also, because they thought that having lighter skin would put them in a better position. Right? And a lot of our Hispanics, you probably know about it. A lot of our lighter skinned Hispanics didn't deal with the dark, or they wouldn't have babies by the darker skinned Hispanics, because they want to keep lightening their skin so they can be like welcome. They felt like they'd be welcomed into society, you know what I'm saying? But that's what happened a lot too. That's why we got a lot of lighter skinned Hispanics. But we do the same thing, right? There's a lot of our people that hate to be darker skinned, so they'll deal with light skinned women, right? A lot of our dark skinned sisters are getting with Edomite or so-called white men, so their children can be lighter. But what you're doing is cursing your child because your child is now becoming Edomite. Okay, okay.
Con, and that was great what that brother brought out. So I'm gonna bring just one quick prophecy before we get over here to the main. Yep. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 8. Oh Lord, to us belongeth confusion of faith. Because back then we already could just tell, like, oh yeah, that's an Israelite. Oh yeah, that's a Hamite. Oh yeah, that's a Japhite, right? But now we can't even tell. Why? To our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned. Because we have done what? Because we have sinned. Do you know what sin is? What is sin?
Like, not doing things that don't feel right.
Right? That's all good. Watch it. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. So sin is just breaking God's law. So when people say the law is done away with, there's no way it can. Because then if the law is done away with, then you can't commit adultery. Then you can serve any God you want. Because that's no sin. That means everybody's going to make it with no problem.
I can take all y'all wives.
I can smoke weed, I can eat pork, I can eat shrimp, crab, lobster, and I'm going to make it to the kingdom of heaven.
No matter what.
No matter what. I got a son, and the murderer killed my son. I'm going to be hand in hand with him at the kingdom of heaven, with the murderer, with my son, the rapist. My daughter get raped by a man, I'm going to be hand in hand with him in the kingdom. No sense.
It makes no sense. Because God, all of a sudden, don't have no rules. And this is what I tell people. God don't have no rules. But if we go to Food Line, they got rules. Matter of fact, your job got rules. Come to work late too many times and see what happens. Come in without your proper attire and see what happens. Tell your boss how you truly feel and see what happens. But yet God, the most complex being ever, has no rules. It makes no sense. No sense.
And we went in captivity for breaking the law.
But
right?
there's no rules.
But there's no rules.
Yeah, now those went away. Now you can do whatever you want to do. It don't make no sense. It makes no sense. But watch this.
Verse 11. Ephraim also is like a silly dove without heart. They call to Egypt. They go to Assyria.
And Egypt is always referenced to slavery or captivity. Right? Go ahead.
When they go, I will spread my net upon them. I will bring them down as the fowls of the heavens. I will chastise them as their congregation have heard.
Yup. And when they go to Assyria, which they was in captivity or slavery, right? Because that's a lower estate, like we were just saying. So that's hell. They literally went to hell because they had to go and they had to be slavery, captivity. So that's not a good feeling, right? So watch this.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 40.
Yeah.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea, the king who Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, led away captives. And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
Right.
But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathens and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Never mankind dwelt. I don't know if y'all are good with history, but they was called the old world, which is over there in the east, and then the new world was in the west. So the new world would be South America, Middle America, North America, and then all the islands, right? So we were carried away over here, the northern kingdom, right? The bottom line, right? Go ahead, King.
Verse 42, that they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passage of the river, for the Most High then shewed signs for them, and held still the flood, till they were passed over. For though that country there were a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called Ahrayah.
Ahrayah is new land, right? So watch this. Columbus found the 12 tribes by the Apocrypha. Watch this. It says, where is it at? Columbus. Where's it at? Dang, I can't find it. Because if you look it up, it'll literally tell you, you got to word it right, but it'll say Christopher Columbus literally went and got the Apocrypha because, like, the brother was saying Christopher Columbus thought that the earth was round, or flat. Which one do you think? Flat? Round. He thought it was round, and so he had problems navigating it. But he had read the Apocrypha, that exact scripture right there, and found out like, dang, they went to a new land, and they knew the only new land was going to the west. So he ended up coming over here, and of course, when he got over here, it was exactly what that scripture said. So watch, bring on Deuteronomy 1:1 real quick.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So who is Moses speaking to in this passage? Watch this.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So who is Moses speaking to? Israel, right? And the reason why we got to establish that, so that way we walk on one accord, right? Because the book of Deuteronomy always had one speaker, and it was Moses, because it was after they had left out of Egypt. And the audience was always Israel, right? So now let's find out on Deuteronomy 28 and 15, which is the curses, what happened.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15, and it reads, But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses,
All these good things,
that all these curses,
all these great things.
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So the curse is a good or bad thing? A bad thing, right? Now watch the first curse that God said was going to happen to the Israelites. And now let's try to find out who fits these curses. Go ahead.
Verse 16, Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So who's cursed in the city? Who's living in the worst situations, the most abominable situations as a whole? Not as like, one or two might be doing bad, maybe three or four, but as a whole nation. The people that's on that, right? And what about in the field? The cotton field, the tobacco field, the strawberry patches, the watermelon field, the work field. Who's the first fire and the last fire?
They had a program. If you go further back, like to these country, all these like country land here in North Carolina, they had a program with Mexico and Central and South America, where they would bring up workers, the Israelites from them countries, and bring them here for like 3 or 4 months out the year, and they would work the fields here and then ship them back to Central South America. Right? That was a program they still got to this day about the Northern Kingdom, your forefathers.
See, and it makes sense though, because I see a lot of non-visa workers. And that's how you know that captivity's still here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They just do it in different forms. A lot of forms they do it in is the prison systems. They lease out the prisoners for low income, right? And they can make what, $5, $10 a day. But how much are those? They call them prisons, but they're actually corporations. How much are they making? They said Michael Jordan is one of the biggest stockholders in prison systems.
Yep.
Crazy, man. Right? So cursed in the city and cursed in the field. Who fits that? Our people, right? So-called blacks, Latinos, and Americans. Let's see some other curses. Go ahead.
Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother.
That sounds like the top of the 11 o'clock news. I step on your Jordans, you kind of shooting. You know what I'm saying? That's it. He said, I have my eye shall be evil towards my brother. That's black on black crime. 10 on 10 crime. Right? Go ahead. And then if you go on the reservations, the Native American reservations, brother, they said crime is at an all-time high in these reservations. They're some of the biggest alcoholics you can find around the world. Watch this.
His eye shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall lead. Did y'all grow up with y'all father in the household?
What about you? You did? What about you? You did? What about you? What about you, brother? And I didn't either. So that's 3 and 3. So 3 were blessed and 3 were cursed. And I guarantee you, if we took a poll of people coming in, of our people, probably most of them didn't grow up with a father in their household. You know what I'm saying? You probably get the occasional blessed, but most of us is cursed. Right? Most of us growing up either in broken families, and nowadays it's even reversed. Now the women are going out and leaving the kids with the men nowadays. It's crazy. Watch this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Hey, now you don't know your nationality. Now you're calling yourself Honduran. Right now you're calling yourself a crayon colored black. Then you switch over, call yourself Afro-American. Then you call yourself Negro. right? Then you call yourself nigger. I mean, what? It keeps going. It keeps going and going. And we can't find out who we are. We can't trace our lineage back, right? So it's crazy. But go ahead.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
didn't listen to God.
to keep his commandments, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee,
No, we got a choice.
which he commanded thee, and these curses, shall be upon thee for a sign.
So what's the name of this story right here? How y'all know that story Subway? It says the sign, right? So read that again. Watch this.
And they shall be upon thee,
It should be upon the Israelites for what?
for a sign.
You ever wonder who the Israelites are? All you got to do is go to the curses in Deuteronomy 28, verse 15 to 68. And these curses only fit one nation of people. He said, because these curses shall be upon you for a sign and what?
And for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So no matter what generation, it's going to be upon thy seed. Right? So let's go to 28 and 68. Right? This is, oh yeah, go ahead. Go one more. I think it's 48. Yeah.
Verse 48, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies,
Oh, so the Israelites got enemies. You're going to serve your enemies. How?
which the Lord shall send against thee,
Who sent them against us?
which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger.
So when we got to get food, who we got to get our food from? Do our people own these supermarkets? Nope. So let's find out some more information.
And in thirst.
And in thirst. What about these bottling companies? Sprite, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Gatorade. Do our people kind of own these places, these bottling companies? Nope. Let's find out what else.
And in nakedness.
Uh-oh. The textile mills, the ones that we might have a clothing line, but who do we go to get the patent to get these clothing made? The textile mills. Right? You already know, but let's find out some more information.
And in want of all things.
A birth certificate? Who do we go to for that? Death certificate? Driver license? Do you need a license to drive like the brother always say? No, you can know how to drive, but they said you have to have it to legally drive.
Right.
Death certificate, to die, you gotta have a certificate of death. To be born in to get a job, you gotta have a birth certificate and a social security card. To leave the country, that's how you know you're owned by this place. Because to leave the country, you gotta have a passport. Watch this.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
This is where I want you to do your due diligence. Look up and research. When did the Azteca and the Mayans and all their civilization go into captivity? Because when they came over, they didn't come over to hold hands and sing Kumbaya. They came over to rob, rape, and pillage our people and to take them into captivity. Because they tried to keep them in Middle America, Mexico, and South America, but they kept running because they knew the area. So what they did is they took them back over there, and they took the so-called blacks and brought them over here. And that's how you got the whole triangle slave trade. Right? He said they will put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until when?
Until he hath destroyed thee.
If you look up here, this is the Native American, Middle American, the South Americans. How you doing, brother? You did that research? And this right here would be like more like South America, Middle America, Mexico, right? I love you too, bro. Like that would be more of them people, more than indigenous to North America and South America, right? And he said to you to be destroyed, so now you don't even know your God-given biblical nationality, right? Now you don't know who you are, and you're calling yourself something other than what the Bible calling itself, right? So watch this, one more. You got some information? Okay, bring on Deuteronomy 28:68. Yeah, get a card real quick. Card. This is the three holy children, verse 6 through 9. For we have sinned and committed iniquity departing from thee. In all things have we trespassed and not obeyed the commandments, nor kept them, neither done as those has commanded us, that it might go well with us. Wherefore, all that thou hast brought upon us, and everything that thou hast done unto us, thou hast done in true judgment, and thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of God, and to an unjust king, and the most wicked in all the world. the most wicked of all the world. And he's talking about America, right? Because America in the Bible would be Babylon the Great. This would be the whore that sits on many waters, that literally everybody got drunk off the philosophies. Because in America, you can be whoever you want to be. Right? But in the Bible, does it say you can be whatever you want to be? No, there's rules and regulations. Because let's think about it. If you truly love life, right, just the human life, can two men make a baby? Can two women make a baby? But this world said, but the United States says it's okay though. So if everybody went that route, would there be anybody in the next, let's just say 2,000 years, if everybody returned to that state, would there be any humans left in America? There wouldn't be. So that's how you know that way of life is not correct. But yet America ordained it and actually made it law that you can do it. So that's how you know that this place is Babylon the Great, because it goes against everything that God said is right. Right, so what? Deuteronomy 28, oh, you got to preach that.
Yeah, well, I was going to go out with the brother brought up about the wicked, right? This is Malachi chapter 1 and verse 3. And I hated Esau and laid his mountain and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, we will return and build the desolate places.
Right, so are you familiar with history? Much history? So do you know about the Dark Ages? Remember the term Dark Ages? So the Dark Ages was referring to when the so-called, I say so-called blacks, Latinos, and America, but the Israelites were actually in rulership in Europe. Right? So that was the Dark Ages. And then, have you ever heard of the Renaissance period? So Renaissance just means rebirth. So basically that's when you get the rebirth of Jesus left black and then came back white. Right? That's when you got that the Israelites were the so-called whites. Right? Because they were impoverished. God had brought them to a lower state. But then they came back. And now they're ruling the world. Right? Europe, you got Rome, you got America, you got Spain, Switzerland, like you got all these prevalent places that are the Edomites, right? You might know them as those names, but their biblical nationality are the Edomites. Watch this, King.
It says, whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Salakia. But we will return and build the desolate places. Thus says the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
And the border is the beginning and the end. Right? So there'd be the beginning of wickedness and the end of wickedness. Right? Because the border is when something starts and then when something ends. So they would be the beginning and the end of wickedness. So that being basically once they begin, once their reign is over, then righteousness will begin to take over and reign.
What it says, when the wicked are in rulership, the people mourn. And when the righteous in rulership, the people rejoice. And I was bringing that out because the brother talked when I was showing you who the wicked were. You know what I'm saying? We're good.
Right, so go to Deuteronomy 26, we're going to wrap this up, and we're going to ask you, because remember, all these curses were going to happen on the Israelites. So go ahead and bring out 28 and 68.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So, are you familiar with the Bible by any chance?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, so do you know what the Israelites were doing in Egypt with Pharaoh? When Moses came into Pharaoh?
They were slaves.
They were slaves, right? So, you got to think about it. When the prophets were actually prophesying these future prophecies, they didn't understand cargo slave ships. They didn't understand the new world. So all they could do is relate it to whatever their understanding would be. So when Moses was seeing this prophecy, right, he was seeing that we were going to do something based on what we were doing in Egypt. So the captivity or the slavery, he called it Egypt. So we're going to replace slavery for Egypt, and watch how this prophecy sounds.
And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with ships.
Because there's no account that the Israelites went back into Egypt. Because he said again, I'm going to bring you back into Egypt again with ships. If they walked out of Egypt, how would they be able to go back on cargo slave ships? It has to be a big, large body of water in the middle, and there's not. So he was talking about that future prophecy in America, that he was going to take the Israelites into slavery on slave ships.
Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
It's like God prophesied it through Moses. He was going to say it's going to happen. Go ahead.
thou shalt see it no more again.
That's our homeland, right? Because our homeland is Israel. We haven't saw Israel as well as Egypt. We never went back. Go ahead.
And there
You get ultimate slavery.
ye shall be sold.
So who was we sold to? To the white people, right? But let's see what God called.
Unto your enemies.
Right? So our enemies, because our friends, would you treat your friends like this? Would you rule over your friends? Would you make your friends have to work in conditions so abominable like you know our people do in America and get paid little to nothing? Right? Look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this, man. Would you do that to your friends? Look at that. Look at that. It's how you treat your dogs right here. Yeah, worse. Because cattle slavery, like you said. Yeah, they love it here, you're right. That's Remus and Ramon. Right? That's crazy. Would you do that to your friend? So spiritually, God made them our enemies. Spiritually. It's a spirit. Remember he said, you don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but spiritual principalities. So spiritually, God put a spirit in them to make them our enemies. How do you know? Real quick, bro, give me the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 15. Real quick. And then we're going to finish reading this, though.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
No man shall redeem you, right? Because we had a lot of different entities that try to redeem us. But nobody's going to get that glory and honor but Jesus Christ, who the world knows Jesus Christ, but it's Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Right? So if God said that all these curses were going to happen to the Israelites, but they happen to our people, who would that make us? So if God said that these curses were going to happen to the Israelites, but these curses happen to our people, the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, who would that make us? There you go. Right? That's exactly who that will make us. It will make the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Americans are the biblical Israelites. And in order for us to come back to the rulership of this earth, we have to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. And now I'm going to show you why the so-called whites do this. They don't do it because they want to do it. It's because this is what God put in their spirit. Watch this. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight.
What did he just say?
That which is crooked cannot be made straight. God said what he made crooked, it can't be made straight. That's why that brother said there's a border of wickedness, because God imputed into their spirit wicked. They're wicked. Who else goes from country to country and straight cut of just, they go over there and they kill mass murder, but let you kill one person, what's going to happen to you? You're going to jail. But how about they're invading everybody? Matter of fact, tell me one other nation on the earth that has dropped the atomic bomb. How about they did it twice? What did they do to the so-called Jewish? They killed a lot of them, didn't they? I'm just saying, I'm giving you different accounts of mass murders. The slavery, going over there to Middle America, when they did that the canal over there. They killed a lot of the Guatemalans to take that land over to do that. And they made the Guatemalans do it. I'm just saying, these are the things, the accounts that they have done, and have they ever gotten in trouble for them? And these are crimes to humanity, they say. These are humanity crimes. But yet they haven't gotten in trouble. But you know why though? Because they're gonna, when their time comes, it's gonna be when Christ comes back.
Right.
Because when Christ comes back, that's when it's gonna happen. And they gotta pay that bill, man. Right? So, all praises. All praises. You got any precept? Any precept? So check into that, brother. Check into that. Check into that. Yep, I appreciate it. Check that card out. We got YouTube channel and everything. Right? All praises, man. Hey, give me the book of Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1, man. Hey, let's get into a little bit of this. Right? Because, hey, this wicked place, man. I hate Babylon. We're going to get a couple more precepts, man, and pass it to the next mind speaker. Go ahead, King.
This book of Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
That's music to my ears, man. Right? Just to know that
out of all this affliction we're going through, brother, because we know right now, everybody in Israel I know, brother, they going through it right now, man. But to know that he gonna have mercy on Jacob and do what?
And will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
What is all these heathens gonna do?
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
And when they see the Most High come and send that reliever, they gonna cleave. How you doing, sis? So you know who you are according to the scriptures? No, I'm talking about because you know, like our nationality, they say that we're so-called blacks, but yet I don't think that we're nowhere near the color. Exactly, we're not nowhere near the color of your sweatshirt. And we're not African American. You know why? Because those are the names of two Europeans. Scipio Africanus. Well, it's Amerigo Vespucci, right? And Leo Scipio Africanus, right? Those are two Europeans, right? Scipio Africanus was actually a general out of the Roman army, and Amerigo Vespucci was an Italian mapmaker. So those are two Europeans. So it's just impossible if you have two Europeans that you can get a so-called black man out of it, or a so-called black woman, or just two men, right? So there is no way that our nationality could be comprised of two different Europeans, right? But do you know what our nationality would be? Can you give me the book of John chapter 1 and verse 47, right? Give me the book of Acts chapter 13 and verse 1 real quick first. Because did you know that, nigger was in the Bible? Did you know that? Yeah, they hold things from us. Go ahead.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 13, verse 1. Now there were in the church, there were at Antioch certain prophets and teachers at Barnabas and Simeon that were called nigger.
What were they called?
That was called nigger.
See, so they know that we're the biblical Israelites. They know. Everybody knows except guess who? Us. But hey, did you know that it was prophesied that we were going to lose our nationality? You know God prophesied. You know who took our nationality? God. Yep, God took our nationality. And if you got 2 seconds on, the next brother will be able to show you that. Go ahead, Keith.
You said John what?
John 1:47.
This is the book of John, chapter 1 and verse 47. And it reads, Jesus saw Nathanael coming to him and said of him, behold, an Israelite indeed, or a nigger. Behold, an Israelite indeed, or a color. Behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom is no guile.
Give me Job 30 and 30 real quick. Right? And I'm just going to show you a couple more and then we can go there. I'm going to pass it. Right? So Jacob, right? So Jacob in Genesis, I think it's Genesis the 35th chapter, his name was changed from Jacob into Israel.
Right.
So he went from being a man to being a nation. So he's the progenitor of the Israelites. When you get the term ites, I-T-E-S, that means the son of. So the Israelites are the son of Israel, which was Jacob. So the Israelites are the so-called, through biblical prophecy and actual historical background, the Israelites are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right. What they did is they divided and conquered us. So now you're thinking that, we're all different people, but we're in one nation of people.
Right.
Right? What's the next? Give me Job 30. Oh, praises. So that would be the Southern Kingdom from Jamaican Islands, your father's side.
Father?
Yep.
Yeah.
Give me the book of Numbers 1:18. Start with Judah, right? Watch this. Because a lot of people say, well, I'm kind of mixed, but the Bible clear cuts it, so that way there's no confusion. Right, go ahead.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigree,
which is their lineage, right? Go ahead.
After their families, by the house of their father.
By the house of their what?
By the house of their father.
By the house of their mother.
By the house of their father.
Because America always say what your mother is, or you're mixed. But the actuality through the scriptures, they said that it's by the house of their father. Right, so we'll let the next brother go ahead and edify you. Hey, call me out, Sean.
Why we can't claim both our mother and father?
Well, let me ask you this real quick. And first I want to say now all praise and honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, Bashim Mashiach Yahweh Shah. Right, we are the children of Israel. Right, we so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics, so-called. Right, we are the Israelites. Right, and that's our nationality. That's our biblical nationality. Right, that's who we are. Right, but we the soldiers of Yahweh. Right. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this real quick, right? If I got an apple seed, right, and I plant it in this ground, what will come up?
Not an apple tree.
Apple, right? Apple tree, correct? So if I take my seed and I plant it in Italy, right? What's going to come up? If I take an apple seed and I plant it in Italy, what's going to come up?
Not an apple.
Huh?
An apple.
An apple, right? So let me ask you this question. If your husband plant his seed into you, what he's going to get?
My kid.
Your kid or his kid? Well, it's both of y'all kids.
Our kid.
There you go. Well, I'm asking you.
Because without my womb, it won't be no creation.
Well, without his seed, there won't be no creation.
So where do it need to be incubated at?
In the woman, right. That's what I'm saying. Listen. Yeah, you're the incubator, correct.
It's not the right one.
Say it again.
The cross is not the right one. Because it says Father, Son, Holy Spirit only say man. But it takes man and woman to create.
Well, that's not how God created. God created things when He spoke it. We create through sex, right? And what I'm telling you is the seed, which is in a Greek, it comes from the word sperma. Okay, the male seed has the X and a Y chromosome. The woman has an X chromosome. When the man has the Y chromosome mixed with the X chromosome, guess what you get? You get a boy. When the X mixed with the X, you get a girl. Guess who got those chromosomes? The man, which carries billions of babies. You understand? But see, this is what they teach our women. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Hello.
Right. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Right. So man, that's what we got to understand. Right. And, you know, this thing where, you know, this is how we turn against each other. You know what I'm saying? This is the way that we turn against each other because they want to, you know, you good sister. They want to make the man at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? That's what they've been doing the whole time. Like, oh, well, I carry the baby. You are. You're a very important part of the process. But the seed cannot come inside you unless the man bury the seed. Just like if we bury a seed in the ground, that's an incubator, right? I can put my seed. They using the male seed to create babies out in incubators. You understand? Because you can really put the seed, you know, it's never going to come out right because the Most High designed it for a man to go into a woman to have a seed. I can get 3 women pregnant at once. I have that power because I have the seed. Right? Give me Numbers 1 and 18 real quick.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18. And they,
this is coming from Moses, right? The Most High God gave him the understanding, which should be everybody, though. It's very simple, right? And he's going to say, God created us, correct? He created the man to do what he do and the woman to do what he do. Perfectly, go.
And they assembled all the congregation. Okay, sister. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their father.
That by the house of their father. Go to Matthew 1 and 1. Right? Go to Matthew 1 and 1. Right? This is what they teach our people. And this is why our sisters walk around with their heads up. Like, hey, you come from me. And that's why they have the authority to say, I don't want this baby. Or I'm going to keep this baby. When some random man ran up in there, he don't even want the baby. He just wanted to have sex. But guess what? He still got to pay child support. Rather that, if that woman, and first of all, we know that's off anyway. But the woman got a choice if she wants that baby or not. The man don't have that choice. And he still got to pay for it. But you know what? That's good for him. You know why? Because he shouldn't have lived with that sister. He should have married her. He should have stayed with that sister. So I'm not giving nothing for him either. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Right? Y'all be the Israelites, man. Y'all be the children of Israel. Nobody, y'all not no niggas out here, man. And you're not so-called white, you're Edomite.
Right.
According to the Bible. Right? Everybody got a nationality in the Bible. Even their nationality is hid from them. They don't even know who they are.
Right.
What you got, King?
This the book of Genesis, chapter 22 and verse 15. And the angel of the Lord called unto Abraham out of heaven. Called unto Abraham out of heaven the second time, and said, By myself have I sworn, saith the Lord, for because thou hast done this thing, and hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed.
What?
I will multiply thy seed.
Thy seed, correct? Go ahead.
As the stars of heaven, as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore, and thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies.
See that? He said he's talking to a man here. He said your seed, right? Go ahead, King, bring that up.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 1. The book of the generation of Yahushua HaMashiach, the son of David.
What?
The son of David.
What?
The son of David. The son of Abraham. The son of Abraham.
See that? You see that? It's coming from a man, right? A man lies with a woman. His seed goes into the woman. The woman, listen. Let me just say this first. Each one of us got a very important part of this process.
Right.
We all came from a woman. Right? We all came from a woman. There's nobody, listen, a woman, see, this world teach our women that, hey, look, you're in charge. He's nothing. You understand? And that's why Jake out here killing everybody. Because he feel like he's nothing. That's why Jake can't control his wife, because he feel like he's nothing. Right? That's why the father's not in the home, because they feel like they nothing. You understand? The woman say, I don't need no man, I can take care of myself. Hey, the Most High gonna turn that thing around crazy. And it's happening real fast. Hey, a lot of sisters saying, listen, I'm not falling for that junk. Right? Jose, give me, yes.
To lead him back on what you were saying, as far as like, you know, when you were saying like the heathens, even the heathens don't know who they are, right? And this is why. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 19. O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies. Surely our fathers have inherited lies.
Even their fathers inherited lies. Because Esau been hiding for a long time. Right?
Slack. Vanity and things wherein there is no profit.
And that's the thing, man. All right, go ahead, Ken.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel.
He said who?
Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. Because there is no truth.
That's what?
There is no truth.
And that's the thing. That's why our people don't know nothing, man. Because there's no truth in this place. There's no truth in this land. It's so crazy that our people walking around calling themselves black. When you're not our people are brown, or light brown, or very light brown. Right? We have all complexions. No, I never saw a black man in my life. I never saw it myself. Hair might get pretty dark, right? But they're never black.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're close. You know what I mean?
Nope. Said because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge, nor truth, nor knowledge. Nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land.
And that's the problem, man.
Right.
There's no truth. There's no mercy, and there's no knowledge in this place, man. There's no knowledge in this place. Right? And we come in to give our people knowledge according to the Most High that He blessed us with. To come out here in the cold to give you all that knowledge. To show you who you are according to the Bible. There's nothing better than to know who you are. Thank you.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 9, You said 9 and 16? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9 and verse 16. And it reads, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed.
Read that again.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
And it reads, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. They are destroyed.
Look, because our leaders is causing y'all to err. Our leaders called you African American.
Right.
When they did that, what, 1980 something? Right. Our so-called leaders said that, oh, we don't want to be called black or Negro no more. We want to be called African American. That's the most ignorant thing. You're calling yourself two nationalities. You're calling yourself, matter of fact, those are not even nationalities. You're calling yourself two different continents.
Right.
You understand? You can't be African and American. That don't even make sense. Right? Go ahead, King. What you got?
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Woe be unto the pastors.
What?
Woe be unto the pastors.
The pastor saying that you're a Hamite. They say you're a heathen. You're a Gentile.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, and verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors.
What the Most High God said?
Woe be unto the pastors.
What the Most High God said?
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep.
What are the pastors doing?
That destroy and scatter the sheep.
You're destroying and scattering his sheep by telling them you don't have to keep the laws no more. All throughout the scriptures, the Bible said, if you keep my commandments, to keep my commandments. The Bible is a book of commandments. Right? Commandments. The Most High had commandments and laws. Like the brother brought out earlier, this place got commandments and laws. Hey, when they go to work in food line, like the brother was saying, they gotta follow commandments. Right? They can't be late. They gotta come in on the day that they call. Right? They come in. If they don't, what's gonna happen? They can get fired. Because they got commandments. And guess what? We got fired.
That's right.
We got fired and kicked out the land. And put in the streets, man.
God.
Just like, hey, look, when you got a job, right? You got a good job, because we had a great job. We had a great job, and we got put on the streets and became bums.
Right.
We became hungry. We became homeless.
That's right.
We're homeless,
Teach us.
right? Are we homeless?
Yeah.
We are homeless, man. Right? Go ahead, King.
Says, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, God of Israel.
Say what?
Thus saith the Lord, God of Israel.
See, everywhere in the book, you're going to hear God of Israel. But hey, our Father told us if we don't get it right, you got to get out of this house. Right? We all got kicked out of our house now. And we're trying to come back to the Most High. And come back home. Right? Go ahead, King.
Against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock, and driven them away.
And what?
And driven them away, and have not visited them.
Right? See, he drove us away from the true gospel. The truth. They drove us away. Right? And what?
And driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you.
I mean, what?
I will visit upon you.
Hey, listen, y'all got something coming to y'all, man.
Right.
Because y'all scattered the sheep. What's going on, brother? Right? Brother Eastern.
And visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord.
That was evil, man. The Most High people that they don't even got to keep the commandments no more.
Right.
That was the most wicked thing you can do. That's like the most evil thing. Matter of fact, no, let me stop that. The first wicked thing was when you had us worshiping this image.
That's right.
You had us worshiping another God. And this God said what? Do what thou wilt.
Right.
Because this God don't care about nothing. You can do whatever you want with this God, right? That's Satan that the Bible speak of, man.
Right.
This is that red devil, the red dragon that the Bible speak of, man. Right? You already know that, right, King? This is the devil the Bible talk about. Right? Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 34 and verse 12. And it reads, take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, whether thou goest, lest it be. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 34 and verse 12. Take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land.
That's what we did. We made a covenant with the inhabitants of the land. We made a covenant with the inhabitants of this place. Right? And we started to serve their gods.
Right.
We started to keep their holy, or whatever wicked days.
Right.
Right? Ain't nothing holy about it, man.
Right.
Well, it's separate. It's separate from the Most High. Right? Okay.
The inhabitants of the land, whether thou goest, lest it be for a snare in the midst of. Is a what? Lest it be a snare in the midst of.
You know what a snare is? A snare is a trap. You got caught. We got caught up in wickedness, and we stayed in wickedness because we think wickedness is righteous. Not keeping God's laws, they teach that that's evil. It's, Creflo, give me more dollars, said that if you keep God's laws, you're evil. That's blasphemy. Okay.
Verse 13. But ye shall destroy their altars. So what? But ye shall destroy their altars.
We should destroy these altars,
That's
man.
right.
Right? That's why we step on this thing. And we teach our people to step on this beast. Right? It said we should destroy their altars. Right, King?
Break their images. What? Break their images. Break their images.
Listen, when I see those images, I want to break it, man. You go into Walmart, you see that Jesus with the G, right? This devil right here on the what is that thing they do on the candle? You know what I'm talking about? The glass candle, right? The Catholic candles, right? And he just said, I be want to break all of them, man. Right there, King. Well, hold up, but you know what, King? That's their God. That's their Jesus. Right? That's their G-E-E Zeus. Right? That's not the one in the scriptures, because his name is Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
And he told you to keep the commandments. Right? And he also said that his father is greater than he is.
Yeah.
But this right here says he's God. Right? Yeah, okay.
And cut down the groves, for thou shalt worship no other God.
Bible tells us the what?
For thou shalt worship no other God.
Most High told us the what?
For thou shalt worship no other God.
Right? Because see, when we see this right here, this is us worshiping other gods.
Right.
When we start doing what this thing tells us to do. Right? All right, sister. It says you got a little bit time, a little bit?
I got 2 minutes, well, however long it takes for him to
Oh, okay. Good, okay.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 22, verse 15. And the angel of the Lord called unto Abraham out of heaven the second time, and said, By myself have I sworn, saith the Lord, for because thou hast done this thing, and hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed,
Who see?
thy seed, as the stars of the heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore, and thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies.
It's who?
And thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies.
See that? The man got the seed, doesn't he?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 1. The book of the generation of Jesus Christ.
This is the generations of Jesus Christ.
The son of David, right? The son of David.
Son of David, right?
The son of Abraham.
Son of who?
The son of Abraham.
See that? Because you are what your father is. You understand? So we got, there's a serpent that when, give me,
America, look.
huh?
I ain't claiming America.
Oh, I know you're not. Well, but see, America is that old serpent that was in the wilderness that's trying to teach our sisters that, you know, certain things, right? And putting a man on the bottom when that's your head.
Right.
According to the Bible, your husband is your head.
Yeah, okay, so what I need definitely, because it's hard. You know why? Because they have a lot of misguided men out here. Would you want somebody misguided guiding your home?
Well, you know what? But see, a lot of times we're misguided because a lot of us don't have our fathers.
Right.
Right? The teacher. See, we used to.
Well, isn't God our Father?
Well, the Most High God is our Father, but He also gave us spirit fathers here.
So we not fatherless children, right? Even though our
Well,
seed
right.
when our mama womb went missing, we still are children of the Most High.
We are.
Right. So that means if we listen to His word and follow His word, we still don't have.
Well, give me the order,
You know
brother.
what I mean?
There's an order that the Most High God see. This is the thing that what this place teaching. That you can get through the Father and you can skip the husband and all. You understand? But there's an order, right? Let me show you that order.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
The head of every man is who, sister? Christ, right? The head of every man is who?
Is Christ. The head of the woman,
what?
The head of the woman is the man.
Is the what?
Is the man.
The
So
head,
not Christ.
the head of the woman is the man.
Ah.
You understand?
Is that your husband right there?
No.
Yeah. The head of the woman is the what? Is the
I can
what?
hear you, Mama.
The head of the woman is man.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. And the head of Christ is God.
Right? You see that? There's an order. You understand? The man is the head. See this beast right here? He make himself to be God. Then he put the government under him. Right? The government. Right? Because they all got to worship in his image. Then our women go straight from, they say, I don't need no man, I got Jesus. Well, Jesus said that your head is your husband. You understand? Your husband's supposed to be teaching you the Lord's statutes and commandments. He's supposed to be ruling the home in righteousness. You understand? But see, our people don't like that order because the serpent taught you something. Give me Genesis 3 real quick.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord has created a new thing.
What?
Created a new thing in the earth.
Right?
A woman.
What?
A woman
What?
shall compass a
That's
man.
a new thing on the earth. You know why? Because this beast taught a woman to be ahead of her husband. Now our women don't even have respect for the husband no more. The husband he just there, don't even know what to do now. You know what? When you do that, you're helping your enemies defeat the man. Only way that we can stand up as a nation is if our men come back and get their position back.
Right.
But that's through the spirit of the Most High.
I always big up our kings. At the end of the day, it's hard for somebody to follow a man who, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so yeah, we want a head of household. We want that. Okay?
Right.
Handle
A lot of
that. You
sisters
know,
are
I want
working
me
for
what
that,
they call a Mufasa ass nigga. Everything that the light touches our kingdom, I need that.
Right.
But we don't, they no heads.
Right, and that's the thing.
So unfortunately, as women, as mothers, we have to step up and be that. Right.
Well,
we don't
that I agree with that, but you know what? You have to
sit around and not
Mhm.
teach my son nothing.
Right.
Or sit around and wait for a head to come along. No, because I still got to feed him. I still got to pay my bills.
Right.
I still got to do all of that. Yeah, we need the men to wake up and come up here.
Right.
Because a lot of them coming to jobless, ain't got nothing, credit shot, all kind of stuff and want to be right
I'm gonna
there.
show you that curse real quick.
You know?
There's a curse. See, these curse. Let me give me 15 for you. No, because that's a curse.
What's happening to the men?
No, everything. I'm about to show it to you. Real. This gonna be quick, sister. Give me a minute.
Go ahead.
Everything that you're talking about is it was the Most High allowed that to happen. Why? Because we went off. Give me 15 first.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
That's why when you go to church, they tell you don't got to keep the commandments no more. How many? Is there more men or women in church?
I don't go to church.
Well, I'm just saying. You know of church, right? It's more women.
I don't like the
Right. Yeah. All praises. That's good.
And his statutes.
They actually teach that. Right. That's good. They the ones teach women to be above the man. That because they want that.
Yeah, I don't go to church.
Yeah, they just set up by Satan himself.
Yeah, and I already
To
know
observe.
Jesus ain't my Jesus.
Right.
Okay?
To observe, to do all his
It's
commandments.
not that color.
Well, he not Middle Eastern either. What color is the Middle Eastern?
Like caramelish, like they have a little bit of tone to them. They not
Right.
Caucasian.
Okay. Well,
This is a Caucasian man.
I want to give you a couple things, and I want to get that too. All right, please.
This is a Caucasian
That's
man.
right. We know that, right? Also, those people that's in the Middle East wasn't there at that time either. Those are Ottoman Turks. They're not the normal people. And the reason why it's called the Middle East is because they split that land up with the Suez Canal, and because that was Northeast Africa. But they created a canal and then put some other people there. So you can say, well, he was in the Middle East.
Because that same canal.
Right.
Carry on.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake
The
thee.
Most High God said, because we don't keep his commandments, that all these curses are going to come upon you. Watch.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses,
Are curses a good thing or a bad thing?
Definitely not a good thing.
There you go.
shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake
All
thee,
these curses are going to come upon you, pursue and overtake.
till thou be destroyed. Till thou be destroyed.
What are the so-called African Americans?
Till thou be destroyed. Because thou hearkenest not unto the Lord, to the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments, and his statutes which he command thee, and they
And what? These curses
shall be upon thee
are going to be upon the children of Israel
for a sign,
or what?
For a sign,
Sister, you know that's well farther why, because it's a sign, correct? So these curses are going to be upon us for a sign,
and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
long is forever, sister? Forever, right? There you go. So these curses are going to be upon us for a sign, which means when you see a sign that make you think of something, right? Right? Identify something, correct? So this is how you're going to know who you are in the last days, right? Because the people that conquered us, they got rid of our records because they don't want you to know who you are. Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to read 48? This is the book of Deuteronomy.
Let's go to 54.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 54, and it reads, so that the man that is tender among you
To be tender among each other, right? Right.
and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
While we go around and we look at each other, we want to kill each other just by looking at each other. His eye shall be evil towards his brother. That's a curse.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
And towards the wife of his bosom. The wife he grew up with, right? His rib, right?
And toward the remnant of his children,
And towards his children.
which he shall leave.
And he said, what?
Which he shall leave.
See that? That's why we got so many fatherless homes. Because there was a curse that was going to be put upon these people, the Israelites. And so you'll know who you are in the end days. Drop down to 56. Well, see, the women got some stuff with them too. Let's go.
Verse 56. The tender and delicate woman
To
among
be tender and delicate among, right?
which would not venture to set the sole of her foot.
Because we took care of our women, man. They were good. They had maidens and everything. Go ahead, King.
That's not the word.
Took the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness
She was delicate.
and tenderness.
Tender.
Her eye shall be evil toward her husband.
Guess what? The woman, her eye is evil toward her husband. Go.
Of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter.
She's going to be evil towards her son and daughter. By telling her, telling the father, I don't need no nigga. Right? Get out the house. I can do it myself. And then he become a wreck. He become a killer because he got his mother attitude with the strength of a man. Right? Good.
And toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet.
The baby don't even get to come out. She abort the baby. The baby's out of there. She abort her children. That's hate. That's actually hating your nation. You understand? And guess what? What's that lady name that put that Planned Parenthood? Planned Parenthood. Yes, Margaret Singer. Right? She said that a baby aborted. I forgot how they said. A baby aborted is like a black baby not born or something like that. Something like
They
that.
want black women to abort
Exactly.
because they know if we get things, it's a lot with that.
Yeah.
I'm not for it, but everybody listen, it's your body, do whatever you want.
Well, you know what?
I know
I know what you're
what's
saying.
mine.
You saying you're not. Yeah, right.
You know,
Right.
Do whatever you
Because we don't want them to say, we want to tell them not to. But they're going to do what they want to do. Because you know what, when we tell them, oh, you do what you want, you know what, that means that you hate your neighbor. You understand? And go
No,
to
I already
68.
listen. I stopped fighting people about
Right.
sucking babies out their vagina a
Yeah.
long time ago.
I know what you're saying,
I got
though,
a
trust
old
me.
friend that fell out with me 21 years
Yep,
ago.
you
I told
see
her,
that?
I said, ma'am, you get an abortion once a quarter.
Mhm.
I can't rock with
Exactly.
that.
You see
I
that?
can't rock with that.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
And that's the
Because
curse,
there's
right?
people out here who want children.
That's right.
It's people who want
It's children,
kids.
yeah, it's people that can't
I
have
only
kids.
have one,
See?
and I want more.
You want more,
but
right?
I only have one.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
of course, you know, you fall out with people out here sucking babies out their vagina.
Exactly. Exactly.
I thank y'all for the
One more word. I just want to show you one more thing, right? How did our people get to this country?
Slaves?
Enslaved, right? On what then? On the ship, right? Let's go. Because remember those curses that's going to be upon us for a sign and for a wonder? Watch this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So what, do you know anything about the Bible? What were the Israelites in Egypt?
You said what?
Remember Moses freed the Israelites from out of Egypt? They were what in Egypt? They were slaves, right? Okay, good.
And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with ships. With
How
ships.
do we get over this? Okay, this is going to be a sign for us to know who we are in the end days. These people that they call the Israelites are going to go on slave ships to slavery. They're going to go on ships to slavery, right?
By the way whereof I sprinkle to thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
You're not going to see our land no more, right?
And there,
And there, when we get off those ships,
ye shall be
shall
sold.
be what?
Ye shall be sold.
Sister, did we get sold when we got off those ships? Absolutely.
Technically, we got sold over there by some of our own people, but I digress.
Well, see, that's another thing. You say your own people, right?
Unfortunately.
So wait. Is,
Well, hold on. My thing is, okay, if we had the richest land in
Uh-huh.
the world, where we got gold, diamonds.
well, I got. You said that your own people. See. Africans sold Israelites.
That's right. There you go.
We look alike, but we're not the same people.
Okay.
You understand? They got together to take us out of that land. You got it? Good.
Ye shall be sold. So who were we sold to when we got up in slave ships?
So the white man.
All right, but let's see what God called us.
There's a lot of
Yeah, they be scared to
The
say
white
it.
people.
Right. But let's see what God called them though. Ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Your friend.
Unto your enemies. For bondmen.
God called them your enemies. Guess what? They're God's enemies too.
Yeah, because why would they? Would your friend sell you? Would
They-
your friend buy you to
I mean,
enslave you?
hey sister, we say that all the time. You understand? That's exactly true. See, some of our people stand up and they bold in their stuff. You understand? And that's what I love to see. Because our people scared of history.
That's right.
This is history.
You know what? It's a book for young kids. It's called The Uncomfortable Conversation with a Young Black Man. That touch bases on a lot of unfortunate stuff we got going on here. A lot of people don't like to tell their kids. See, when my son in school learning white history, I teach him black history at home.
Right.
Because
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
They're not
What's-
going to teach it.
Right. What do you teach in Black history?
All right, so I got several books at home about all the stuff that we created. Without us,
Okay, so
we won't
right
have
here.
stoplights, we won't have
Right. A lot of stuff, right?
heart machines, a lot of things were created by our people.
I want to show you. Oh, I know you got to go.
Okay,
I want to, I want to show you something, right? Blacks didn't sell. You see, we got this. You know what? There's Indians that's darker than us. Are they our people?
No, it's just a different race.
Exactly. So just because the Africans, well, yeah, just because the Africans look like they got woolly hair maybe and darker skin or whatever, and we come from that land, don't mean we're the same people. Nobody's going to sell their entire family to another people. You're not going to do that. Watch. Give me the other one first, man. Yeah, ham. I want to show you that. The so-called Africans are what you call the Hamites. Okay? They're Hamites. You go for that thing? I'm gonna get another. I want you to read Ham.
This is the book of the Compact Bible Dictionary, and it says, Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood.
The Hamites are with the ones that sold us, okay?
Sloppy. And one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races. Not the Negro.
Say what?
Not the Negro.
The Negroes. There's a separation. And this is an Edomite. He don't like us either. He was trying to prove that we're the same. But when he came to find out, like, hold up, these people are different. Okay.
Not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
So these are the Hamites, so the Shemites.
Right.
You understand that?
This is from Babylon and Timbuktu, page 90. The black Jews had an advantage over the African tribes. They carried their culture, history, laws, and written records.
And guess what? You can find that today. Like the Igbo tribes, they still got these customs.
And written records with them. This assured them a constant precedent for the development of a higher social organization. Because of the stability of the black Jewish culture, the Jews were not absorbed into the autonomous population.
Right? And we deal with them because we know we dealt with our own, man.
In fact, the Jews absorbed some of the native tribes.
Right?
The Jews made use of every opportunity. They were an industrious and skillful people.
They were what?
They were an industrious and skillful people.
And guess what? The so-called white man knew that. He said they can build our land up.
The whole America.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right?
Literally the White House.
In the Jewish Ghanaian states were found kings, princes,
They had what?
kings, princesses, governors, generals, secretaries, treasurers, revenue
There
agents,
wasn't no niggas in a tree like monkeys, like they try to teach you. Go ahead.
judges, architects, engineers, doctors, historians, language interpreters, mathematicians, jewelers, sculptors, masons, carpenters, painters of art.
Hold on, okay. Hey, when you got a people with all this wisdom, this background, can they build some stuff?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I feel like they feel if we break them down, enslave them, break their spirit.
There you go. That's what they did.
They can't build up on their own.
Right.
And unfortunately, we still stuck in that.
And we still stuck, and that's all curses, sister. Good.
Yep.
I know you got to go.
Mathematicians, jewelers, sculptors, masons, carpenters, painters of art, goldsmiths, leather workers, potters, armorers, saddlers, blacksmiths, agriculturists, etc.
We only built spears.
etc. Still more.
You see that? It's still more, right? Hey, sister, we love you, sister. We love you. One more.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 11 verse 7. For against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that they may know how that the Lord doeth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
See that? There was a difference between us. A lot of times we got mistaken for them, even Paul. Right? They asked Paul, aren't you that Egyptian? You understand? Because we look alike, and actually we spent a lot of time in Egypt. You understand? So there's a lot of stuff going on there. You know what I mean? A lot of our history was over there. You understand? But sister, man, I understand you gotta go, but understand that. What's your nationality, sister? By the way.
Unfortunately, here in Trinidad.
Hey, sister, what's your nationality according to God?
Well, I feel like.
Oh, she want to say Trinidadian. No, you're African American. You from the same time Jesus from.
Don't call me
Well, I'm sorry. I am wrong.
Don't call me no jelly bean.
You're right, baby. You're right, sis. You're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
I'm from Judah.
You from the tribe. Your mother is Benjamin.
Okay.
Your mother is Benjamin. I know. Have you grew up with your father?
No.
See, that's how you might have that little anger. You know what I mean? But
No, I love my father.
Okay. But you know, a lot of our people like that. You know what I mean? But not only because of your fathers, but because of your husbands, your boyfriends you was dealing with.
My mother and father.
There you go. All praise.
What their life is now, or what it's
Right.
going to be, or whatever.
Mhm.
They help bring me into this.
Well, that's very important because you're from your father from the tribe of Judah, which Christ is from the same tribe. This is the king tribe. We're the top tribe, right?
So I'm mixed with the top and the
Well, there's no mix, but you are your father. But we all the same. But that's your mom. This your mother though. That's a powerful tribe. That's a powerful tribe. But
I'm from Port of Spain, Trinidad.
okay. Well, I need some food. That's my favorite food. All right, sis. All right, what's going on, sister? All right, we love you, sister. All right, hey, you be safe, sis. How you doing, sister? All praises, man. And our job is to teach our people who they are, who God called you. God don't call you a Hamite. That's what your pastor say you was. Right? That's what your pastor say you was. Hey, look, man, we out here trying to build an army of men. Right? We want real men to stand up, man. Where are the men that? Where are the men that's supposed to teach their wives? Right? Where are the leaders at? You got your woman leading you now. You understand? Our women are leading it. That's what the sister was just saying. She said, they want to follow. Exactly. And a lot of our sisters, they see Esau, the serpent, he set this up, man. That's what when he was in the world, get that to Genesis 3 when you get a chance. Go good to get it.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoer?
Most I said what?
Who will rise up for me against the evildoer?
Guess what? We all praise to the Most High. He woke us up to do this. Go ahead.
Sloppy. Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
See that? And we were chosen to do that work. How you doing, sister? I know that little head mover, you try to put it down to your head. We got you now. Hey, sis, you can't stay for a little while? Could you take a card?
Take a card.
A card. Well, all praises. Thank you.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8, verse 4. Unto you, O men, I call.
He said what?
Unto you, O men, I call. And my voice is to the sons of men.
The voice is to the sons of men, man. Wake up, get up, and teach your wives.
Come on now.
I shouldn't have to teach your wife. You're supposed to be teaching your own wife.
Right.
Why am I teaching your wife? You got pastor lying to your wife. That's why she don't got no respect for you.
Right.
But she respect the pastor. A lot of these women will do for their pastor. Take care, brother. They'll do for their pastors quicker than they'll do for their own husbands. Right? You go, your wife go to work. She listens to the boss, but she come home and tell you what to do. Or don't even listen to nothing you say. Right? This is all ways of the serpent, man. That's why women don't have no respect for us, because we don't even know how to stand up. What are you going to teach her? How to sell drugs? How to smoke? How to roll a blunt? What you going to teach her? Everything wicked, bro. Right? All our music is wicked. Now the women, you see her turn around? Satan he got everything upside down. Now you got these women rappers rapping like men. Right? A chick named Scarlett, she said, get the way, you ain't out of New York, you ain't welcome anymore. Moving like a man. Who want that? Then they try to put some sexy clothes on her now. Right? With a manly mannerism. Right? Right? Yeah, King.
This is Genesis chapter 3 and verse 1 in the GNT.
Bring it out.
Now the snake was the most cunning animal that the Lord God had made.
What the most I call the so-called
The snake was the most cunning animal that the Lord God had
It
made.
ain't no snake you talking about. It's a spirit that's dealing with a people, right? And this spirit today is dealing with who we know as the neighborhood white man.
That's right.
Which are the Edomites according to the Bible.
That's right.
Right? Yeah, okay.
And it reads, the snake asked the woman, did God really tell you not to eat fruit from
See that? That's how that, you see how that works? You see how the serpent always comes? Did God really say that? Did God really say that you can't eat this? Hey, sister. Hey, sis. Can I talk to you for a minute? What's going on, sister? I'm great. And I'm real great now that you're coming to talk to your brother. Do I look like your enemy? Right? I don't, right? I'm your brother. You know that? Because you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to make us enemies. You know that? You notice that?
It's not your mindset.
That's right. Right, you see, but a lot of times our sisters see daddy that left, you know what I mean? Or they had boyfriends that so-called cheated on them. right? Did them dirty. So they look at our men like they're nothing, right? And guess what? The men are looking at the women like they're nothing.
Right.
Isn't that's how you divide and conquer? That is divide and conquer a husband and a wife.
That's right.
All people need is forgiveness.
Forgiveness?
Yes.
I agree with that. Yeah, who should we forgive?
You need to forgive people who did you wrong, people broke.
Uh-huh. Each other, right? Or you talking about each other? Right.
The word says, I'm paraphrasing here.
No, good.
Unless you forgive, the Father in heaven will not forgive you.
There you go. But let me ask you this. Who was he talking about to forgive? Somebody give me a bit.
He said you should be forgiven whoever wrongs you.
Whoever wrongs you? Right. So let me ask you this. Like, what about the people that put us in slavery? Forgive them too? All right. Let's see. Let's see what God said. Because you say we should love our neighbors, right?
Because look, the vengeance is not ours, it's God.
That's true.
He's gonna handle it.
That's true. But guess what? But that don't mean that we should forgive. What's the let me think. Here come to me.
It's the book of Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Thy what?
Thy brother in thine heart.
The Bible tells us not to hate our brother in our heart. Because you know, that's what he's talking about. We got to forgive each other.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
Who is your neighbor? Your brothers, your people, right? Go ahead.
Verse 18.
Now watch this.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge.
So you said that, right? You shouldn't have to bear any grudge, right? Right? But what?
Against the children of thy people, of thy people, of thy people.
So where you see everybody, sister? Good, bring it up.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
See that? Can you show me in the Bible? Look that up and show me where he tells us to forgive the Edomites, the Moabites, the Hamites, the Ishmaelites. Let me find that for me in the Bible. And I'm just asking you because I want to have a little dialogue with you because I see that you believe in the Bible like I do. You know what I'm saying? Anybody got a coat for this? Oh, I wish you had another coat or something for this, sister. You look cold on this, sister. Could you wear this? You want to put this on? You sure? Come on, sis. Come on, man.
I went to get my jacket for a reason now.
Yeah.
I see why I got it.
That's right. You see that? And that's why. That's what a brother's supposed to do. That's how you show you love your brother too, right? What Christ said, when I was hungry, you fed me. Right. When I was working, you clothed me, right? You see that? Yeah. So if you don't love your neighbor, your brother, then how you gonna know? How you gonna learn? How can we love anybody else if we don't love each other? You understand? Okay, that's why we so busy want to save and forgive everybody else. So, sister, let me ask you: do you know your nationality though? What's your nationality? Okay, well, praise you. All right, because that's what you are, right? That's your nationality. Now, you said something, right? You said that. So, do you believe that Christ is coming back for everybody? That He love everybody? How you feel?
He's coming back for his people.
For His people, right? Right. Okay, you know, right? Because that's in the scriptures. Not what we're saying, but the Bible says that. His people are the Israelites. That's who He's coming for. That's who He loves. Right? And this is who, so when you say forgive, we are to forgive each other. How you doing, sister? We are to forgive each other.
Right.
You understand? When we do wrong to each other, we forgive. Right? We don't forgive our enemies. But you said something though. Vengeance is who? There you go. And so wait, if that's another thing, right? If God loves everybody, then why is He going to revenge you? Right? Give me Leviticus 1:68 real quick. Right?
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 139 and verse 19. Surely thou wilt slay the wicked.
What?
Surely thou wilt slay the wicked.
He's going to save the wicked with us.
Surely thou wilt slay the wicked. O God, depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men. Ye bloody men.
Who's the most bloody men on the planet, man? They got blood all over them. Right?
For they speak against thee wickedly, and thy enemies take thy name in vain.
They do. They take the name of the Most High in vain.
Do not I hate them?
So what?
Do not I hate them?
Did King David say?
Do not I hate them? O Lord, that hate thee, I grieve with those that rise up against thee. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them with perfect hatred.
Say he hates them with perfect hatred. And guess what perfect hatred is? God's hate. Right? Good.
I count them my enemy. I count them my enemy.
Hey, give me Psalms 83 real quick. Watch. Because we got to understand it. There is hate and enemies in here. Hate and enemies. Right? Good.
Oh, no, that was on.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. And it reads, Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Lord, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee, have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance.
This is why we got to ask everybody what their nationality is. Yeah, sister. That's hate, and those are enemies that was in that verse, correct? All right, go ahead, King.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 1 and verse 67. And his father, Zacharias, was filled with the Holy Spirit and prophesied, saying, Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed his people, and raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemy. From our enemy.
People that he said we're gonna be saved from our enemies, right? You see that, sister?
Yeah, I know y'all.
We know you too, sis. You got a card? You got a card? Yeah, a card. No, a card. Oh. Hey sis, get in touch with us. You seem like you know them, you know what I mean? That you study. You know what I'm saying? That you know the Most High. So, do you study on anybody? Have you been doing your research? I know you gotta go. Oh, you do? Okay, well, yeah, but okay. Well, you know what? The best way to learn is the, you know what I mean? Because the scriptures tell you how to learn the Bible, right? That you gotta, some things you gotta, yeah, there you go. See, but some things you gotta be taught. Correct? But with the scriptures, not with my mouth, but with the scriptures, right? So that's why we waking our people up, and we want to teach our people, because you already understand a lot, right? Because the Holy Spirit gives you understanding. That's right. Right? And we, all praises to the Most High, sister. We want, get in touch with us, all right? And we love you, sister. All right, be safe. All praises, man. Come on, sister.
The book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 27. But those my enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring them hither.
Bring them what?
Bring them hither.
This is sweet Jesus. Right? Go ahead.
And slay them.
What?
And slay them. And slay
Give
them.
them respect.
And slay them before me.
That's what? The enemies of the Most High God, he told Christ, this Christ speaking. He said, my enemies that wish that I will not rule over them, bring them before me and slay them. This is sweet Jesus. Sweet Jesus is going to put a lot of people to death in these last days, including you Israelites. 2/3 of our people are going to be put to death. Why? Because they want to continue to worship this beast right here. Right? Give me 2 Thessalonians 2 real quick. Right? But you know what? Since you want to worship this beast, right? The Most High God got something for you. Right? This is why our people worshiping this beast. Right? There it came. Whoever got it. Right? This is why. There's something that's going, and a lot of our elder people, unfortunately, man, they stuck on this thing. When we see an elder wake up, that's the most pleasant thing, man. Because that's very difficult for our people. Because our people have this on them, right?
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you.
What?
Let no man deceive you by any means.
By any means. Right? No man. Not me either. I'm going to read thus says the Lord. Go ahead.
Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. And that man of sin, be revealed.
Guess what? He's being revealed today, right in front of your eyes. Right? He's being revealed, but nobody want to hear it. That's why it's not going to be revealed to them. That's why when the scripture said, when he said over here, come here, or here in the woods or whatever, they're going to go. They're going to put that. They're going to follow that because they don't know how Christ looks. Go ahead, Ken.
What's going on, sister?
How you doing, sister?
All right.
Have a good night.
You too, sister. And
We love you. Be careful out there, all right?
All praise.
and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called God.
Don't this image or these people with this image exalt themselves above all that is called God? Right? And what?
Or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God.
Who's sitting in the temple of God? Saying that he's God? This God. These people. The Catholic Church. They sitting there like they're the gods. Right? You gotta go, like the brother put out, you gotta go to the Pope. You know what I mean? They get spiritual information from the Pope. If the Pope said that gays can be married, people are like, oh well, I guess the gays can be married. It's gonna be in the churches soon. It's already here. What I'm talking about. Right? Go ahead, King.
Who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, show himself that he is God. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things.
Who was ruling during this time? Wasn't the Romans ruling? The same people ruling today? Right? Good.
And now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time.
This is the time. These are the end times when this devil will be revealed. If you still think that Christ is a stringy head devil with red skin, you're being deceived. Right? You didn't wake up yet. Your internet is not working. Right?
Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity both already worked. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
He be taken out of the way. Go ahead.
And then
A lot of these people are going to continue in this thing. And listen, it's not even about the image now. Because most people say, oh, we got to get into that too, because the sister said it too. I really want to bring that out. Because now they say, oh, well, he was Middle Eastern. Right? Now, listen, hold on, King. Hold on with that. I'm going to tell you how hypocritical these people are. They go to war against the Arabs. They hate the Arabs, right? They go to war with them, they bomb the Arabs, they talk about how they're the devil and all this stuff, and how they're evil people, they're terrorists, right? But yet, they want to worship Arab Jesus before he worship a black Jesus. That's crazy. They will say he any other nationality but us. You know why? Because they know who we are. Because when we find out who he was, it's over. Right? And guess what? We know. Right? They took the blonde hair and blue eyes from him, and they gave him brown hair and brown eyes. Right? We're going to read how he looked according to the Bible. That's right. Because I wish that sister was still here, man. Because she said that, well, he a little darker skin. He's like a light-skinned guy. Right? He got flowing hair, but it's Arab hair. It's black, and you know what I mean? Go ahead.
You want Revelation? Book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit. What shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
I guess the spirit of his mouth is this book right here. His words. Right?
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan.
The working of Satan, right?
With all power.
All power. Who got all power today? Who got all power today? Go ahead.
And signs. and lying wonders. And lying wonders.
Lying wonders. Lying wonders, man. Right?
And with all deceivableness.
All deceivableness. He said that Christ was a white man. Now he's saying that Christ was an Arab man. God, man. I'm actually going to put this out a little later, right? There was a newsletter coming through, and it says that we found the image of Jesus Christ. All right, I'm about to show y'all this. I'll show y'all later. Okay, they say they found a 1,500-year-old portrait of Christ. Wait till I show you this, brother. It looked like a 40-year-old Judas portrait. Right? Watch this, man. This is how wicked this place is. They said, hold up. They said that we found the image of Jesus. He had long hair and a long nose. Who got long nose? Anyway, we're talking about that. Good. And wait till you see the drawing of this thing. Okay.
Verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, and them that perish, and them that perish.
Guess what? If you go to church on Sunday, worship the sun god, a so-called image of a right image of Jesus, guess what? You're serving another god. If your God told you you don't have to keep the commandments no more, if your God said that you don't have to keep the Sabbath day, which is Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, if you say like I wanna go to church on Sunday, which is the Pope came up with that day. He said, forget about the God's Sabbath day. You keep my Sabbath day, right? Worship the sun god. If you're going to worship the sun god tomorrow, guess what? You're worshiping another god. Bring this out, Tim.
And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, and them that perish, them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth.
They don't receive the love of the truth. This is love. This is the love of the truth.
Hey, not that they didn't hear it.
Right, they didn't hear it. They don't want to receive it. Okay.
That they might be saved.
They might be what?
That they might be saved.
Hold on, I need you to say might be saved, because they say they're saved already.
That they might be saved. And this is my favorite part. For this cause, God shall send them strong delusion.
Christian insanity is a strong delusion. White man Jesus is a strong delusion. Going to church on Sunday is a strong delusion. God said keep the Sabbath day holy. So
That they should believe a lie.
they believe a lie. Read that part one more time. I want you to read it through. I'm not going to stop you this time.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 11. And for this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. That they all might be damned.
Might be what?
That they all might be damned. Who believe not the truth.
We're trying to give you the truth according to the Bible. Right there.
But had pleasure in unrighteousness.
They want that pork chop sandwich Sunday. They got pleasure to be unrighteous. Go ahead.
But we are bound to give thanks always to Yahweh.
And we give thanks to the Most High, man. So when you go to church on Sunday and you're going to be led to do evil, man, when the Bible tells you to keep the laws, Christ said it himself. He said you keep the law. Right? Yeah, King, you got something?
Yeah. The book of Titus, chapter 1 and verse 15. Unto the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure.
There's nothing pure. Go ahead.
But even their mind and conscience is defiled. Is defiled.
See that?
They profess that they know God, but in works they deny.
They tell you don't have to keep the laws no more. It's not about works. And he said in their works, they deny him. You see that? Go ahead, King.
being abominable,
Being what?
being abominable and disobedient.
But wait, disobedient, which means you gotta listen to some laws, right? If your father tell you not to do something and you do it, that's disobedience. God tells us to keep his commandments. If you don't do it, that's disobedience. Go ahead, King.
And unto every good work, reprobate.
Damn. That's wild. That's the devil. Devil in the coffin. Thought that you was doing well. That's crazy. Yeah, but it was curtain. Sorry, not a.
And somebody give me Leviticus,
That's crazy. I had to do a harder thing.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?
you see that? And the Lord has not, see people, they don't teach you that. They don't teach you that, right? Our people are, it's real easy, right? Somebody give me Leviticus, Exodus 20 real quick. It's simple. What, is somebody else going up? Does I want to take the Zari on it? I just want to get a couple laws real quick. Alright, because that's what I really going to get into today. But
we can talk about it. This is what you mean? Exodus 20. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20. And what you want, 8? This is the book of Exodus. This is the book of Exodus, chapter. Let's start at verse 1. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 1. And Yahweh spake all these words. Okay, sloppy. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God.
Sloppy. I have to say that part again. Because there's a reason why I wanted you to bring this out, right? Because they say it's Moses' law. Right? They use that. We know Moses was given the law by the Most High, right? But they use that to say, well, that was Moses' law. We don't got to deal with it no more. But God gave him commandments to give to the people, right? Go ahead, King.
I am the Lord thy God, which had brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
The first and greatest commandment is to love the Most High with all your heart and soul. Not to have another God before the Most High. Right?
Verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
Right? And this is a graven image that they would make. Not only do they make it and just make it, but they actually worship this beast. That cross that they have, they worship that cross. That's why when you look at a movie, right, and it's like a scary movie, and they try to take the demon out of somebody, they use that cross. Because that's their God. Right there, kid. What's going on, brother?
Or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them.
Some churches, they got the cross right in the front. Everybody bowing down to that cross. They doing it subconsciously. They don't even know it. They worshiping another God. They worship the stone, the wood and the stone. That's our people. That was a curse, man.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I am the Lord thy God. I am a jealous God.
A jealous God, man. Go ahead.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me.
When he said them that hate me, them that hate them don't keep the commandments. The one he showed mercy to the ones that love him, which keep the commandments. 1 John 5 and 3, right?
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day. Remember the Sabbath day. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
God tells us to remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Go ahead.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day, is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. And thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gate.
See, they taught you that you're a heathen or a Gentile because they say that these laws are for the Israelites. So you don't have to keep them. Matter of fact, then they tell you that God did away with the Israelites. He's done it with the Christians now, the lawless people. You see that? Go ahead, King.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them is, and rested the 7th day.
7th day, not the first day. The 7th day, not the first day. Tomorrow, or well, right now, actually, with the sun going down, right, that leads into the first day of the week. Right? Everybody's getting ready to go celebrate the heathen's holiday, or his Sabbath. The first, the devil's Sabbath. Okay.
Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day.
Bless the what?
He blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Separated. He hallowed it. Go ahead.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
That thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
You know, and that's crazy because it said honor thy father and thy mother, right? Well, our father and mother are supposed to be teaching us the laws of the Most High. Right. Right? Go ahead, kid. Give me Deuteronomy 6 and 5 real quick. Alright? Go ahead, kid.
And this is going on what you were saying, it was God's law. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 10 and verse 29. They clave to their brethren, their nobles, and enter into a curse and into an oath to walk in God's law, which was given by Moses.
What?
That was given by Moses,
God's law that was given by Moses,
the servant of God, and to observe and to do all the commandments of the Lord, our Lord, and his judgments and his statutes.
you say we made an oath, correct? We got a blood covenant with the Father.
Right.
So we're either gonna get down or lay down. Straight up, David.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 9.
You know?
And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house. Verse 5. This is Deuteronomy 6 and 5. And it reads, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently.
What?
And thou shalt teach them diligently.
Right? The Bible said we should teach them diligently
Unto thy children. Unto thy children.
So I want to give because it said honor thy mother and thy father. Your father and your mother are supposed to be teaching you the commandments. That's why we are to honor them because they're supposed to teach us correct. Today our moms is teaching us how to twerk. Our father's teaching us how to sell drugs.
Right.
Is he talking about that? Oh no. What? Go ahead, King.
And shall talk of them when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou layest down.
We supposed to be, you know how they tell, hey mommy, read me a bedtime story. Well, that bedtime story is supposed to be the law, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to be reading to our children before they go to bed, right?
And when thou layest down, and when thou risest up.
And guess what? You wake them up with the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? Go ahead.
And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy head.
The Most High tell us we need to bind these commandments as a sign between our heads. Right?
And they shall be as frontlets between thy eyes.
So we're supposed to keep it in our mind because what's between your eyes? Your mind. So these law, statutes, and commandments are supposed to be as frontlets between our mind. Right? That's that mark of God. The mark of the Most High is His commandments. Alright, go ahead.
Verse 9. And thou shalt write them upon thy posts of thy house and on thy gates. And it shall be, when the Lord thy God shall have brought thee into the land which he sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give thee great and goodly cities which thou buildest not.
And that's what we got to see. We were put here to keep the commandments. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, and I'm cutting it. Right? And we know the rest of the commandments. Right? First we get into the how to love the Most High. Then you go down to how to love your brother. Right? We do the commandments every Sabbath day. You should tune in and listen. Write the scriptures down. Right? Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 37. Let thy mind be upon the ordinance of the Lord, and meditate continually. And meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thy heart and give thee wisdom at thy own desire.
Yeah. He shall establish your heart and give you wisdom by keeping the commandments. Right? That's how you get wisdom. Right?
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God, and keep his commandments.
That's what it is.
For this is the whole duty of man.
And that's what you were here for. You so-called Israelites, you're supposed to fear God and keep his commandments. Because that's our duty. And guess what? We support these. You know how we make rap music and we rap about all wickedness and the nations follow us in wickedness? You go to China, they sagging their pants, trying to be gangsters. Africa, they sagging their pants, trying to be gangsters, right? Because we set a trend, right? They look at us and they want to be like us, right? And then, what's going on, brother? You're an Israelite, brother.
Right.
You're an Israelite.
That's right.
All right? You know what I mean? So we supposed to be teaching the people in righteousness how to follow our Father. Give me Deuteronomy 4 and 6, and that's it. Is it 4 and 6? Yeah.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 6. Bring it up! And it reads, keep therefore and do them. Verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye shall do so in the land whether you go to possess it.
Everywhere we go, we're supposed to keep God's commandments, man. Right?
Keep therefore and do them.
What?
Keep therefore and do them. For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great who have God so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law?
You see that? That's what the heathen's supposed to be saying, brother. You see that? Because by us following the commandments and walking in righteousness, the nations are going to look at us like, wow, look at that nation, man. What great nation that got God, the creator of the earth, so nigh to them. The Most High God said, I am in the midst of Israel, and I am the Lord your God and none else. You see that? Hey, sister, you'll be an Israelite, sister. You know that? You know who you are? Hey, brother, do you know who you are according to God? You're what? You're a Christian? Who is the Christians? Who are the Christians? Right, Christians were Israelites that follow Christ. Bring that out, King. Acts. Watch this. Who are the Christians?
Acts 11 and 26. The book of Acts, chapter 11 and verse 26.
Christians were.
And it reads, and when he had found him, he brought him into Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church and taught much people. And the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch.
There's different Christians. There's Roman Christians, and then there are Christians that follow the Messiah. Right? Because the Christians that follow the Messiah keep the commandments. Right? Because you got to be a follower. Did Christ keep the commandments, Elder? Did Christ keep the commandments? Then, fine. Right? And I know you're a Christian. I know. You know how I know? Because he don't want to talk to his brother. Right? But I guarantee if they stop and say, do you love Jesus? I bet you he'll stop that car and he'll take the plug out. Yeah, he'll take the plug out of that thing and we'll make sure it don't start. So listen to them.
Smoke though, Christian.
Oh, yeah, that's what's wrong. What's wrong with it?
Hey, Christians say you can smoke.
Yeah, they don't got no law. They don't have no law.
Oh, yeah, they ain't got no law.
It depends on what God you're talking about. Because the God that tell you can smoke or be any kind, you can do what you want, he said that you can smoke.
Yeah, that guy said you can do whatever.
Right. He said you can eat pork. So yeah, he's talking about, when he said God bless, he's talking about their God.
Yeah, they're God.
You understand what I'm saying? So I understand this, right? But the God of the Bible, the true Christians, we're the true Christians.
That's right.
Because we try to keep the commandments to the best of our ability.
That's right.
Because we want to be like Christ.
Teach up.
And with that, death to America.
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 Ram Nasrallah.
Ram Nasrallah.
All praise, honor, glory to the Most High.
Yeah, boy, no, a lot. That regenerification.